also start the recording. Yes, yes, please.
Yeah. Here we are selecting first G column and then F column. Why not F first and G later?
See, look at this bold part. What does it say? Lookup array. That means where are we looking up before? Where are we looking up before? The ID on column G. And then after that, it says what is the return array. That means where is the result? That's why we're selecting. So
Okay.
it is no guesswork. You just have to follow the order that has been given. The first is what are you searching for? Then the second is in which column are you searching for the customer ID? And the third is which column is the result? That's how.
Okay, fine, got it.
Yep. Good. Any other question? Anybody?
So, Havish, can you please go with a bigger data so that we can understand easily, because it's a very small data and simple VLOOKUP formula.
Okay. Bigger data does not mean that the VLOOKUP will become different. The VLOOKUP will still remain the same. I will do it. I don't mind doing it. Just give me a moment. You know, the reason I took a small data is only because it is easier for us to understand what is happening. Right? Anyway, you asked me, so I'll show you. Just give me a moment. Okay, why don't we do this? I'm just selecting a few customer order IDs here. Okay, so I'm selecting 1, 2, 4, and I'm selecting one from here as well. Copy, and then we will paste it.
Yes.
So this is my order ID, right? Everyone, and you can see that we have a very large data here. We have 50,000 records. I know my order ID, right? And I'm assuming that the order ID is unique, obviously, because how can the order ID be repeated? And I want to find the. Can you tell me what do you want to find using the order ID?
Customer name.
Let's say customer name. So exactly. So let me just put it in green color so we know that this is the column we want. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, let's go back. Can somebody tell me? Remember, we had done this yesterday where I showed you that if you're working with 2 sheets, you should do something. What was that?
You should select that and name the
Select.
date.
So where do I select? Do I include the heading or not?
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Yes,
You can
everything.
select from A2 or you can select from A1. I find it easier to select from A1. So I just select from A1 the entire data, right? How do you go from A1 to the last column? What shortcut do you press on the keyboard?
Control Shift.
Control A.
Control A is actually Control A is the easiest. But if you want to simply go to the right, then you press Control Shift and right arrow.
Right
So you
arrow.
want to go to that. And then how do you go down?
Control Shift and down.
Control Shift down arrow.
This all of us know, right? Or Control A, same thing. Now I'll select it, and how do I give a name?
This A1 corner.
This one, right? This
Just
option
change
here.
the name. Yeah.
So I will once I select the data, I'll call it anything. Let's just call it my data.
Type and enter.
Always remember exactly. You have to press enter. If you do not press enter, the name will not get confirmed. How do you know that the name is there? You can see the name is there. My data. Right? Now tell me, what is the column number for customer name?
G.
No, number, not the letter, the number.
7.
So now my formula will be equal to VLOOKUP. What is the lookup value?
Select B1, B2.
Table array.
My data.
My data. Number is
My data.
7 and 0 for false.
7.
Right? And just give me a moment.
0.
I'm just double checking once.
Not 7.
I'll just check. Just a minute.
I wish to get the exact, we need to put 0, right? For the
It's actually the same thing. False and 0 is the same thing. Let me just see what mistake I made. Just a minute. So my data is okay. And 4192. I just want to make sure I've taken some values that I've taken are correct. That should not be wrong. Okay, let's all try to solve it. I also don't know why it is not working.
I wish, just for my better understanding, is 0 equivalent to false or 0 equivalent to true?
0 is false.
0 equivalent to
is
false, Dada.
No,
False.
0 is false, 1 is true.
Equivalent to
1
true.
is true.
Okay, I am not quite sure why it's not working. Hold on. Oh, I also made a mistake. Tell me what is the mistake we have made? This will be a good practice for all of you.
You have not selected the complete data.
No, I have selected the complete data, and that is the problem. Can I select the complete data? In which column is order ID?
G.
Two.
B.
Uh,
Is it possible to use VLOOKUP with
B.
order ID in
No,
column
no.
number 2?
No.
That is one of the rules, no?
You need
That
to-
order ID should be the first column.
No, it's not.
That's the reason it is not working, right? So
It's
what
not
we'll do is
possible.
exactly. So let's select
So we have-
from. No, we can use VLOOKUP also. I'll show you with both cases. The difference is I will not include column A. I will only select from column B. Right? Let's call it my data 2. Now you notice it will work.
Yes.
It's such a common mistake. No, I also made it. I also did not realize because we are so habitual to select it from column 1. We did not realize that order ID is actually in column 2.
Yes.
Right?
But instead of coming name, why it is coming consumer?
Because now this will be 6, no? Because it is a 6th column.
Yes.
If you start from column B. Fair enough. Imagine
Yes.
if I had not given this name, it would have been even more difficult because then I will write equal to VLOOKUP. I have to put B2, then I have to go to the other sheet, then I have to select it manually like this. Right? At least by giving the name, this process became much simpler. Right? Then
So
all of this
while
manual
manually
work you don't have to.
selecting, while manually selecting, so we can stop till that consumer name,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. But you know what? It is always good to select all the columns because in the future, right now, it is the name. What if I ask you, can you tell me the sales value also? Now, sales we know is the 18th column. So I can just come here and I can say that this should be 18 and this will give me the sales value now. So I always suggest select the entire table because in the future, you might need more values. Does it not happen that from one table, you need 2 values or 3 values? Right? So selecting the entire table is always better. But XLOOKUP will be much easier. Watch, equal to XLOOKUP. What are we searching for? Lookup value.
Lookup value B2.
Okay. Lookup array.
And,
Let me go to the other sheet. Which column should we select for
yes.
lookup array?
Lookup array B.
It's B.
Column B,
B.
comma,
B.
and which is a return array?
Then G. Then G.
G.
This is also
G.
very simple. You don't have to give a name. There is no need for a false or a true. So you can use any one that you like. I think in this example, XLOOKUP is much easier than VLOOKUP.
Can you please repeat, Havish?
Sure. XLOOKUP. Okay. There are 3 things we have to fill. Don't look at all this. This is all needed. This is not needed. We just need the first 3. Lookup value, lookup array, return array. Right? Lookup value is the value that we want to search. But this value belongs in one column. Which column? If I click on the other sheet, it belongs in column B.
B column.
Then I put a comma. But now we need the return array. That means which column has the result. So if I select column G, right, it will tell me the result. This is the name. Let's say I wanted the, what should I select? Let's say I wanted the customer ID. So I can just make it F like this. And it will now tell me the
So the benefit is I don't need to select the entire array.
You don't need to select the entire array. And the formula is much easier, no? In VLOOKUP, the problem is you have to put the column number. You have to put a false match. Here, you don't have to do any of that. You just select the column with the value, the column with the result. It's so simple. See, what is column B? The column which has the ID. And what is column F? The result column.
So Abhish, my question here is,
yes.
So if you are getting the same result by using the XLOOKUP, which is much simpler than VLOOKUP, then why should you use VLOOKUP?
VLOOKUP came before XLOOKUP, brother. That is why it was being used. Now XLOOKUP has come, it will become popular.
Now that XLOOKUP, see, VLOOKUP has been around for 35 years. And in fact, all of you would be surprised to know that in the world, the most used Excel function. Any guesses what it is? Not VLOOKUP, but what is it? Sum. In the world. Followed by function. I'm talking about functions there, not features. Followed by average, and the third is VLOOKUP. And Excel has more than 500 functions. And imagine out of 500 functions, VLOOKUP is the third most used function in the world. That is why it is so common, no? Because everybody has to use it. And VLOOKUP was there since 1985. XLOOKUP only came last year, right? So slowly people will start to move to XLOOKUP. And I'm sure you will see it is much better than using VLOOKUP. Okay, great. Any other questions? Yeah.
Havish, if you wanted to add another kind of column also, yesterday you taught me like In terms of adding another column to validate that what can you please explain again?
That you want 2 columns as results.
Yeah, 2 columns.
See,
Yes, yes.
right now my return array is column F. Okay, what if I want column F and G? What should I do? Make it
Curly
easy.
bracket in between curly bracket.
No. In XLOOKUP it's much simpler. You just say F and G.
I select both the columns.
It will give you both of them. If you say F, G, and H, it will give you 3 results. So simple, no? See, I'm searching in one column, but my results can come from multiple columns. But what is the catch? The columns have to be in a sequence.
Okay.
If you say Havish, exactly. If you say Havish, I want one column which is G, then I want J, that is not possible. If you want G, H, I, J, that is possible, but only G and J will not be possible.
This is possible.
No, simple. No, take everything and then delete what is unwanted.
Exactly. One way is you select everything and then you delete it. The other way is you can use VLOOKUP. Okay, VLOOKUP. We already have given a name, no? So we have my data 2. Okay. Now, what is the column number that we want? Let's say we want 5. I'm taking an example. It gives me what? It gives me the customer ID, right? Let's say we wanted the customer ID, customer name, and the city. What are the numbers for this? 5, 6, and
5, 6, 9.
And 9. We just want 5, 6, and 9. So what we'll do is, rather than writing 5, like let me also put a false. Rather than writing 5, I can write in curly bracket 5, 6, 7, and 9, or whatever, 5, 6, and 9, like this. And it will give me all the 3 results: name, right? ID, the name, and the city, like this. Okay. Very simple. It's a new syntax, but don't get confused. Why are we using it? We are only using it when you want multiple results. Right?
Got it. Sure.
But you can't do this in XLOOKUP, because in XLOOKUP you can only get just 1 minute. So in XLOOKUP, if I wanted 5, 6, 9, I have to get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't only get 5, 6, and 9. In VLOOKUP, we can control which we want, which we don't want. So so each of the functions has their own advantages.
Correct. Got it.
So Havish, looking into this formula.
Yep.
So if I use the formula equal to VLOOKUP, then bracket open v2 comma, instead of writing my data, so if I remove the my data and putting that column name, so is it data is going to reflect or not?
No. The reason is because it is not asking for a column, it is asking for the entire table. So you have to select the entire table.
Yeah, I can go back to the previous sheet and I will select the entire table.
Absolutely. Nobody is stopping you from doing that. If you want to select it like this, I want to select it like this, that is also allowed. But this becomes more difficult, because you have to select it like this. But that will work. It's the same thing. There is no difference. Either you give it a name or you select it directly.
Understood. I have to select the entire data, right? Starting from the row, first row.
On first column should have what?
Have
the order
first
ID.
Column.
First column should have the order ID, and then you can select as many columns as you want. 2 column, 200 column, that is up to you. But I hope all of you can see why we did not select A. Because if we select A, it will not work. VLOOKUP cannot search in A. It has to search in column B.
Yes.
Understood.
Right? Okay. My suggestion is try to use XLOOKUP more, because it is much easier. Right? Every time you will save 1 minute. Also, when you use VLOOKUP, please give a name like this. You must be thinking, but Havish, why can't I select manually? When you select manually, there are more issues. Sometimes you don't select properly. You forget the $sign. The sheet is very large. It is very complicated. Giving a name, trust me, will make it much, much easier for you. Right? If you get in the habit of giving names.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'll also save this so that I can send this file to you as well. GSK batch 1. Okay, great. Let's come to the next quick recap of 002. Here we saw the name, but anyway, let's quickly look at it. So here we did this. Remember, we've already done this now. So I have 2 columns that I wanted as a result, multiple columns.
Havish, I want to practice it in a short time, if you allow.
Which one do you want to practice?
This VLOOKUP.
Sure. Okay, you can open this file 003, 002, everyone.
No, I have opened my one practical file. So this is RCPA file
Your
where
own
I
file,
work
you mean?
actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then share your screen so that I can, you can share it with others, no?
Yeah, host disabled attendee
I
sharing.
try again. I just enabled it.
Okay. I think it will be helpful for everybody. Yeah, so Avish, you can see this is the RCPA data for month of March.
Okay.
Can you see that?
I can.
Yeah, so this is the data. This is the data and this is the name of the calls.
Okay.
Right. So what I have done is I have pasted this call names here, so
Okay.
creating it a newer file, right?
Okay.
So I want to see which are these doctors. These are the number of the calls done to the doctors, right?
Okay. And the call is unique. The call ID is unique.
Maybe repeated also.
But if it is repeated, how will you know which one it is?
So what should I do? I should remove the duplicates.
No. You can remove the duplicates, but the point, you understand my point, no? That if 7905 is coming 2 times, it will only show you the first one. It will not show you the second one.
No, I just want to know the names of these.
Fair enough. Let's try. Have you given a name, or do you want to do it without giving a name?
Name of the sheet or name of the doctors?
The name of the data. No, the name of the data.
Like no, I have not given any name.
That's okay. Then let's do it normally. Don't give any name. Let's do it normally. Okay?
So this is the master data.
Okay. And in which column is the doctor name?
Doctor name is there in the column I.
Got it. Okay, great. Let's try the formula now.
So here I have gone. I'll put VLOOKUP.
Right.
Bracket.
Okay.
And then I'll go to the master
No,
right?
Wait. Lookup value. First, you have to select the lookup value.
First lookup value, yes.
B column.
B3.
B column,
Exactly.
first one.
B3.
So it will be B3.
Yes.
Comma.
Exactly. Now it asks you
Then
for the
go for
table, so you go to the other sheet. Now go to the other sheet.
Yeah.
And select the entire column.
No,
Not from A. Starting from C. From C. See, this is the mistake. You can't do this. Starting from C, select till I. Perfect. Now control shift down also.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now put a comma. Now right
column
now,
number.
it is asking you for the column number. So C, D, E, F, G, H, I will be 7. This
7.
Comma 0.
Then
False.
0 or
then
false.
0 or false.
That's it.
Bracket close.
Bracket close.
That's it.
Enter.
No problem. Just press OK. I'll tell you.
Okay.
See, what is happening is, just double click. It is selecting, click on it. It is selecting C1I from the current sheet. It should be from the other sheet, from the report sheet. So the name is wrong.
Okay.
And you know why that happened? I'll tell you. After you selected the table, you came back to this sheet, correct? So that's why the sheet 2 has become this current sheet. You should not come back to the same sheet. I'll tell you once again. Just press escape. I'll tell you how to write it. Press escape.
Okay.
Quickly write equal to VLOOKUP.
Lookup.
Select B3.
B3.
Bracket open.
Exactly. First open the bracket and then B3.
Bracket, yes.
Double click on the VLOOKUP writing. You can double click.
Tab. You can press
on this.
tab also. If you press tab, it will automatically come. B3, comma. Go to the other sheet.
Yes.
Select column C to column I.
Column C to I.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Now, if you click on the other sheet, what will happen is this report sheet will change to the sheet number 2. So you have to put a comma first. Put a comma. Just type a comma. Exactly.
Yes.
This is the mistake a lot of people make. The moment you click on the other sheet, that sheet will also change. What is the column number 7?
7.
False. Comma false. It will work. Right.
Yeah.
But hold on. Let's also practice the same thing. Okay. By the way, you have to put $ also in your values. C2I17935 will also have a $sign. Otherwise, it will not work in all the other cells. You have to press F4 and F.
Yeah, so done that.
Both of them. No. Dollar will come in on the other side also. I17935 also, there will be a $sign. right? And now copy the formula down. Just see if it is working.
Oh,
No problem.
did I made some mistake?
Just press escape. I'll tell you. Just press escape. Do it once again. Put the dollar now. First put the dollar and press enter. Perfect. And press enter. Great. Now just double click and drag it. So you notice that it will give you the result. No, double click on the corner, on the bottom right corner. Press escape. Yeah, on the bottom right corner, double click. So you're getting the result, correct? But I
perfect.
do not suggest you do this. I'll tell you why. Can you write another formula, please? Don't delete it in the next column, in column D.
Okay.
Equal to VLOOKUP. No, wait. First, let's give the name. First, come to the report sheet. Before writing the formula, come to the report sheet. Press escape. Escape, press escape. You're still in the formula. Yeah. Now go to the report sheet. Click on column C, complete column C, where the letter C is written. Exactly. Now press shift right arrow. Select till column I. Shift right. No.
Okay.
Press again.
From C to right, row, right.
No. Not like this. Select the entire column. That is much easier. Select the entire column C.
You click on this alphabet
Right.
C. Yes.
Now you press.
Yeah, got it.
Perfect. Now give a name in the name box. Any name that you want. No, click inside, give any name and press enter. Spaces are not allowed, okay?
Given the name and then
enter. Press enter. Perfect. Now come back to sheet number 2. Now you will see how easy the formula will become. You can write it yourself.
Okay.
Equal to
VLOOKUP.
VLOOKUP.
Open bracket.
V3.
V3.
Lookup value is V3, comma. Now you don't have to go to the other sheet, right? You can just write the name.
RCPA.
Comma.
7.
Number already we know, 7.
7.
0.
7, 0.
False. Enter.
Right?
Comma 0 or false.
Exactly. Now this is much easier, no? No dollar sign, no going to the other sheet, no chance of making any mistake, right? By giving a name. Let's also practice XLOOKUP quickly. Just come to another column.
Yeah, so but this is not populating. This I'll have to drag.
You will have to drag in this one.
So Havish, it is better to give a name for the file, no? Selected file.
You tell me, what do you think? Now that we have done
I think it is better
it is much faster, no, giving the name, because if you don't give a name, you have to select the sheet. Some error will happen. You might not select it properly. Giving a name makes it much easier, right? Let's try XLOOKUP also, please. Equal to. Let's come to.
Havish, my question here is.
Please. No, first let me answer the question. Tell me.
Yeah, Havish. So in the previous one, when we are doing on the C column, so you have added some dollar sign to fix the column.
Right.
So why so? But you have not fixed over here in the E column.
No, but here we did not select anything. No, here we just wrote the name of the data.
Yes.
RCPA.
Because of that, no need
RCPA
to put any
is already fixed. We don't need to give it a name.
Okay.
Right. That is another advantage. Yeah. That if you use a name, you will not have to give a dollar sign.
Disadvantage. Yes.
Okay. XLOOKUP. Okay. Yeah. Now remember, in XLOOKUP, open the bracket. There are only 3 arguments. In VLOOKUP, there are 4. In XLOOKUP, there are only 3. Lookup value is, we already know, B3.
B3.
Comma. Now there are 2 more results. For this, we have to go to the other sheet, but it will be very simple.
Select the column, column.
Just go to the other sheet. Click on the entire column. Don't select a cell. Select the entire column. Click on
C. Column C. Yeah.
Comma. Put a comma. And now select column
I. Yes.
This is also simple. This is much simpler than the first one. And enter. Just press enter. Same result. Now I would say that the either use XLOOKUP or use the name. Don't use the basic VLOOKUP. That is the most difficult one.
I think XLOOKUP is more easier, yeah.
XLOOKUP is much simpler. Definitely.
XLOOKUP is the best one.
XLOOKUP is definitely the best one. No question about it. Because in XLOOKUP, the point is you don't have to know which column number is it. You just select the column in which the result is there, right? The formula right now is looking very long because the name of your sheet is very long. That's fine. But otherwise, the formula in XLOOKUP is very short, very small.
So in XLOOKUP also, I can put the name of the sheet.
Name of the sheet or the name of the column?
Name of the sheet, as we have done in VLOOKUP.
Not required here.
Name of the column is required for XLOOKUP.
You only
We
have
can
to select the column.
change the name for column, Avish.
No, name of the sheet I am talking about.
No, not required.
No, wait. I'm not sure I follow the question. What do you mean name of the sheet?
Like in VLOOKUP, we have given the name of the sheet like RCPA.
That is not the name of the sheet. That is the name of the range.
Okay.
Name
So
of the sheet is this one. In XLOOKUP also we can do it. Why don't I give you an example? Please watch. I want to give names. How many names should I give for XLOOKUP?
Pardon? Did not get your question.
If I have to use XLOOKUP, I have to give how many names?
Only one name.
Two names. No.
Two, so you are selecting two rows.
ID. One name will be for ID. One will be for region. So see,
Region, right.
I will give this ID. Okay. And this one I will call as region. Okay. Now, once you've given the name, let's see how simple it becomes, right? I'm just using XLOOKUP here. I'm writing equal to XLOOKUP. Tell me, what is the lookup value?
Yeah, B4.
Okay.
B4.
What is the lookup array? Where are we searching? In
ID.
which column? ID. Which is the
ID.
result?
Comma region.
Very simple, right?
Comma 0.
No. XLOOKUP does not have comma 0. That is only in VLOOKUP. XLOOKUP only has 3 arguments.
Great, yeah.
It's so simple, right? Isn't it? Even if your data is very large, the formula will still remain the same. Like even in your example, if you had given a name to the ID and the doctor name, right? Then you don't even have to go to the other sheet to select.
Avish, here we are selecting ID and region, just that names of that row. That's it. So not like C and
column.
D.
Exactly. So I'm selecting the entire column C, which is called ID. Entire column E is called.
You have the nomenclature as a region and all like that.
Exactly. Like this.
So that's what I was saying. Like why it is not coming C is to C like that. It has to come.
Exactly. See, the problem is if you don't select the name, then you will have to select the sheet. You will have to put a $sign. When you give a name, it is so simple. It just comes like this.
Yeah, that's true. No, instead of you have named them as ID. Otherwise, it would have come as C is to C.
Exactly. Otherwise, it will come as C is to C.
Okay, that's one. And can you throw some light on dollar wherever required, wherever we need to? Not in VLOOKUP, in general, what actually dollar plays a role?
Sure. So just give me a minute. Usually, what is the GST on your products? It would differ, no, from product to product.
Yes.
So anyway, let's say it's 18%. Let's say it's 18%. I'm just taking an example, right?
18%.
Now, this is a constant, right? So GST is 18% for all these products. So I'm selling 10, 40, 30, 20 like this. And I want to know my GST amount. How will I write it? Equal to B4 into 18%, the GST amount, no? But where will the dollar come? Which is the cell that I want to log? See, if I copy this down, now it will multiply with G3, which I don't want. So it will have to be G2. That way, when I copy it down, you notice that in every cell, B4 into G2, B5 into G2, B6 into G2, B7 into G2. You're just locking this cell. So that the same number is being multiplied again and again.
So whenever the same number has to multiply, we need to put a $sign front and back.
Exactly.
Sometimes we'll keep it in front and will not keep in next. I mean,
99% of time, 99% of time you put it in both. It is very rare. Some example that you will only keep one, but 99% of time it will be both dollars.
So is it good to keep it both sides?
Absolutely.
But if you are keeping in a second time, if you are not keeping also, the result will be there, but some accuracy.
It depends. For example, if I remove the dollar from G, you notice that I'm still getting the result. How? Because G is, in any case, G, it is not changing, right? But if I remove the dollar from 2, then it will not work. If I put a dollar in G and I remove the dollar from 2, then it doesn't work because G2 is becoming G3, G4, G4. So, what is it that we're trying to lock? We're trying to lock the second row because my value is in the second row. That's why the dollar is required. It is
dollar means
so here if GST is varies.
Dollar is a lock. That's it.
Anywhere in Excel, dollar is a lock.
Yeah,
any other function is it
holds. Whenever you want to freeze a cell, you're putting a $sign.
Okay, thank you.
So Habis, if here is if GST is very like 18%, 12%,
See, then
then
if it was varying, if it was 5 and 12 and 18, then there is no concept of a
okay,
dollar.
then
No?
directly multiply. Okay,
Then you will just
directly
multiply
multiply.
because the value is changing every time, right? It is only when you do not want the value to change, that is when the dollar will be
Understood. Yes.
like this. Because 18% is not written 4 times, it is only written 1 time. That's why.
So that is the only function of dollar.
That's it. Dollar doesn't do anything else. Dollar just locks a cell. That's it.
Exclamation.
Exclamation comes when you select a data on another sheet, but we don't put it manually. For example, if I write equal to sum of these 4 values, what will happen? It will say sum of sheet 1. That means, what is this? This is the name of the sheet.
Sheet.
Exclamation is just a syntax that comes in the middle, and this is the cell.
Okay. Whenever we are selecting the other sheet, exclamation plays a
Whenever you
role.
select another sheet,
That is like
the exclamation
automatical
it will come
indication. Automatically.
you will never write the exclamation manually. If you want to,
Okay.
you can, but you never need to. This will always come automatically whenever you select another sheet. Basically, this is how Excel knows that this is a sheet name and this is the cell. That is why it comes in the middle.
Done.
So, Habis, dollar sign before B by locking the column. Sorry, blocking the row or what?
The column, yeah. If you put it before
No.
B, you're locking the column. If you're putting it before 4, you are locking the row.
Row. Okay. Okay.
Like that. So, for example, in this example, why did we not put a dollar on B4? Because I wanted it to become B5, right? If I put a dollar on B4, what will happen? Every value will be the same. B4 into G2,
Same.
B4 into G2, B4 into G2, right?
That will
That's
cost
why
you only 10.
exactly this has to remain free so that it can go down like this, right? But this one has to remain fixed, so it doesn't move anywhere. It has to remain fixed.
Yeah.
But dollars are not complicated. Let me also tell you, it is very easy to make a mistake. You know, sometimes we put a dollar, we don't get the result. Then you try not to put the dollar and you get the result. For me also, hit and trial is very important. So if you don't get the result in the first time, do not worry, just try different combinations and you will get the result.
Here we are using B as a common. So can we keep a dollar before B
Very
rather
good
than before
observation.
4?
Can somebody tell me, can I put a dollar before B?
No.
I can.
Yeah,
Because if I put a dollar before B, it will remain B. In any case, I want to go only to B. So it doesn't matter. Dollar B4, dollar B5, dollar B6, dollar B6. But my question to you is, why are you putting a dollar if you don't need to? Because even
Just
if
a
you don't put the dollar, see, think about it. Even if you
it
don't put the
gives
dollar, yeah,
it
but
gives you the
you're
result.
absolutely right. Absolutely right that we can put a dollar before B, but we can't put a dollar before 4 because 4 has to become
Yes.
5, 6, 7. Right?
Yeah. It has to change next to next.
That's the logic.
No, you are saying something. Why no need to like? I think for this no need to put the dollar sign. Why? It is
Because
automatically taking the same column.
it is automatically going to the next value, no, in the same column.
The column will not get changed, no?
The column will not get changed because I'm going down. And if I copy this to the right, then it will become C4 from B4.
Got it.
Right? You know, also, I'll give you a suggestion. Like whenever I'm learning a tough concept or a new concept in Excel, what I do is I try to look at solved examples. Let's say somebody in the company has already created an Excel file which is very complicated with a lot of formulas, dollar signs. Try to open that file and try to understand how they have done it. That's a very good idea. You know, rather than practicing it yourself, it is better to look at a solved example and try to understand how they have done it. Right? That will help you a lot. Like if somebody has given you a file with 50 formulas in it, if you go to every formula and try to see how they have done it, that is also a good learning tool.
Okay.
All right. So let's see the next example. So we have done VLOOKUP. I've shown you with the name XLOOKUP also. And I'm just trying to remember whether we did the fourth one or not. Approximate also we did yesterday, no? Yeah, we did. Let's quickly recap this and then we'll go to the final example of VLOOKUP, something new. Everyone, I hope all of you remember this example.
Yeah, approximate if you want to get.
This was not difficult. It's just that true means that you're looking in a slab. So what is 10%? 100 to 124. 15% is 125 to 149. 20% is 150 above. Any number that is less than 100 will come as NA, error. Right? Any questions on this, anyone? See, this is not very common. Approximate match. You tell me how many times in your life have you used approximate match or seen somebody else use it? Very rare. We always use exact match. I would say out of 500 times, only one time you will need approximate match. 499 times you will need exact match, right? But still, it is there, so I thought I'll show it to you.
Why do we write true here? It is approximate match. That's what we mentioned
Exactly.
true. But
So
why
look
do
at
we
this.
true here?
True is just a code for approximate match. You know, a lot of people say, Havish, does true means that it is correct and false means that it is wrong? Nothing like that. It is just a code. That's all. Right? Like if I say that you are batch, if I say that you are batch 5, and in the evening I have batch 7. Why is it 5 and 7? There's no reason. I've just assigned a code to it. Like when you have a SKU code, there is no pattern. No, you just assign an SKU code. There is no meaning behind it. I don't think so. So that's what we're doing. It's a true.
Why do we write 2 over here?
2 is the column, no? My second column. My result is coming from the second column, incentive.
Okay. Incentive, yeah, right.
Okay. Everything is the same as a basic VLOOKUP. The difference is if I make it false, it will not work because 123 is not there. It is between two values. That is why we have to do an approximate match. Like this.
If you want to know that exactly, greater than or less than, we need to.
What do you mean greater than less than?
Like in between, like 100 above to 120 below, we need to give that command, like that formula. Then you'll get an accurate. Because if you're keeping true, false, then you need to add that thing.
Oh, hold on. So you are asking whether 123 is closer to 125 or whether it is closer to 100. Is that what you're asking? Okay, that is different. So that would be, let me show you. So that is a different function altogether. It would be match. So I will do match and just give me a moment. GG, and then we say less than, right? So if you say less than, this will tell me that it is less than the third value, but actually that will not help. Just hold on. Let me just explain to you now. Okay. So what is it telling me? It is saying that 123 is 1. What does 1 mean? It is 100, that it is less than 125. But if I change this 1 to greater than, then it tells me, but then the data, you know what, let's ignore this. Let's not do this. It's a very advanced function because for this, the data also has to be sorted.
Okay.
In a descending order, right? And you will not need it. I mean, but if you want to get this result, then what should we do? Just remind me later, not today, but in the future sessions, after we complete pivot tables and all. If you have this question, I'll give you an answer, but we will not cover it right now. Let's not complicate things. Okay. The last example we are doing is 003. Please open this, everyone. 003.
1 second.
Yeah. 003 and then again 003. Okay.
Yes.
Now, all of you remember how we made this? The list.
Customer ID.
How are we getting these 4 values here? Sales, quantity, discount, profit. Try to remember. We had done this in SumIf. What did we click on? Data and then? Do you remember this?
Yes.
Data validation you are talking about?
Exactly. Right. So this is how this list is coming. You can see that I have selected 4 values, F to I. So sales, quantity, discount, and profit. Now, this is my question. If I want to get the sales, what should I write? Equal to, not X lookup. Tell me through V lookup. What do I write? Equal to V lookup. What is the lookup value?
B3.
B4.
B4.
What is the table array?
Table array.
Will be from F to
E.
Yes,
F
entire.
And for sales, what is the
Yes.
column number?
F.
Two.
Sales is A.
2.
2 number. F is the second
2,
column.
comma,
2,
And
2,
comma.
comma,
2, comma,
false.
F2.
false.
So I think this everybody knows, but I have a question for you. If I change sales to quantity, then what will the column number become?
3.
3.
3.
You will have to change this manually, right? Isn't it? Every time
Yes.
you want a different column, you have to change it manually. Now I want to teach you how to get column number automatically, right? Something very interesting. So far, we have been putting the column number manually. Now I want to tell you how to get it automatically. Let's see how we do it. Equal to match. Okay, just watch. It's very simple. I'm searching for quantity in this entire heading. I'm searching for C3 in E3 to I3, right? With a dollar sign. Now, there are three types of match. There is a less than match, there is a exact match, there is a greater than match. Can you tell me which one should I do if I'm searching for quantity? The word
exact
quantity.
match.
It has to be exact. Why?
Yeah.
Because it is a text. If it was a number, then I could do less than exact or greater than. If it is a text value, I have to do exact. Now, tell me, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 headings, quantity is which one? Out
Third.
of these 5 headings, it is the third one, no? Okay.
Yeah.
If I change quantity to discount, it will become 4. And if I change discount to profit, it will become 5. Do you see what is happening? What is this? This is the column number, isn't it? And what I can do is I can just take my formula like this. And rather than writing my formula, what do I change? Can somebody tell me where do I paste the formula?
After 2.
I will remove 2 and I will paste this formula. Because this formula is giving me a 2 as a result, is it not? Now, what is the advantage of making it so complicated? The advantage is, watch this. When I change, I'm sorry, let me just apply the dollar signs as well. When I change sales to quantity, do you see my results also changing? So you will not have to change the column number every time. Let's try this out. Take your time.
Okay.
No, don't hurry. This is the last example in VLOOKUP that we are covering. Let me know if you have any questions. Just 1 minute.
So you have fixed the column in the formula. You have fixed the column from E to I. So instead of fix the column in dollar sign, so if you give the name.
Absolutely. Very good observation. If I wanted to give a name, I could have done that. 100%. Right? Like I could have given it a name called headers, for example, and we could have done it. I will show that to you as well. But first, let's do it with the dollar sign. Then I will show you how to do it without the dollar signs.
So can you just explain this match formula?
See, there is a value which is quantity, right? Which is a heading. How many headings do we have?
5.
5.
We have 5 headings.
5.
Now, if I search for quantity one by one in each heading, it will come somewhere, either in the first one or the second one or the third one or the fourth one, right?
Correct.
That's exactly what we're doing. I'm saying that, is quantity the first one? No. Is it the second one? No. Is it the third one? Yes. So the answer to this part will come as 3. That's all. Match is only doing one thing. It is telling me that Havish, quantity is the third column. Like in your case, doctor was which column in the example that you took? 7.
Yes.
But how did you know it was 7? Because we had to count, is it not? We had to say C, D, E, F, G, H, I. But that takes more time because you have to find it manually. You might make a mistake. If you use the match function, it would have automatically told you that Havish, doctor is in your 7th column.
Okay.
So let us do.
And please break the formula into 4 lines so that it does not become a very long formula, right? So before EI, false, and this one. The dollar signs are mandatory here. Okay, C3 has to have a dollar, E3 and I3 also need to have a dollar.
In the VLOOKUP also, we need to enter first VLOOKUP, then B4, then E2I, then again the match.
Correct. This is the column number.
Okay.
Havish, on
Yes.
column B18, here we have written match. So here we have to write dollar on C or not required?
We
C3.
do. We do. You know why? Because let me show you what will happen if I don't put a dollar, right? If I don't put a dollar on C and I copy the formula down, do you see what happened? My C3
Results
became
are not coming.
C4. No, result is not coming. Why is it not coming? Because now it is searching in C4, but it should not search in C4. No, it should search in C3. That's the reason why.
If it is going for next column, so then it should go for C5, no? When you're dragging down.
Absolutely, exactly. So if I may show you, this is C3. If I copy it down, it will become C4. In the next cell, it will become C5, which is all incorrect. It should all be C3. No, all the three times it should search in C3. That's the reason we have to put it all.
So Abhis is not happening. Should I upload?
You want to share your screen?
Should I share my? Yeah.
Absolutely. Just a minute.
Disabled. It's disabled. So
No, try again.
yeah, it's happening. Is it visible now?
I can see. Okay. No. Wait. What are you doing? Go back. After B4, I'll tell you. After B4, remove this E3, I3.
Sorry, E3.
Delete the E3, I3, E3 colon I3. Please remove that. Yeah. Now press Alt, Enter. Alt, Enter.
Alt Enter.
Yes. Correct. You go to the next
Okay.
line. Now
Okay.
we will not select. Hold on. We will not select. Put a space, and select the entire table from column E to column I, not the top row. The entire column. We have to select the table array, right? Exactly. Till column I. Perfect. Now put a comma.
Match.
Again press Alt Enter. Put it in one new line. No? It will
Alt.
become easier. Press Alt Enter. Right. Put a space.
Then
Yeah. Now match.
match.
Right. Okay. Now we want to find a heading. Which heading is it? Sales. Where is sales written is C3. So you select C3. No. Wait. Look up value. First you will select C3. Delete the
Okay.
E3 I3. First you select C3. Put a dollar
Then I
sign.
have to put a dollar sign, right?
Right.
Function FO.
Exactly. Put a comma. Now, where are you searching for this? You're searching in E3, I3. Correct. From E3 to I3. Right? Put a dollar
Then
sign.
again I have to.
Exactly. You have to put dollar sign on E3 also, on I3 as well. Correct? And comma. And we want to do an exact match. So 0.
0. After that, we have to put a bracket, right?
Close the bracket. Comma.
Then
Alt Enter. Press Alt Enter. And then select false. Because for VLOOKUP, we still have to put a false. Right? Or 0, whatever you want.
and final.
Exactly. Right? Copy it down and change the heading and see the result will also change. Change the sales into quantity. Discount actually is a very small number, so try profit or quantity.
Understood.
So this is how you can create a dynamic formula.
That's a good one.
Can you please click in the formula? Just I wanted to see again.
Just click on the formula.
No.
Let's see.
Yeah. You look at this one. Match.
We have to fix the two things. First one is the profit part, that is C column, again to the E to I column, right?
Yes.
Heading.
Exactly.
Then why we're closing after 0, like with bracket?
0 is the exact match. That means you are exactly searching for the heading profit.
I'm asking about why we're using bracket after 0.
Because match has to be closed. No? Match has only 3 arguments.
Okay.
This match option, can you please explain one more time? I'm sorry, I missed out this one.
Yeah, so match basically says that, I'll just share my screen once again. Match says that I have a heading which is quantity, which is this one, right? Now quantity is one among 5 headings. There are 5 headings we have: ID, sales, quantity, discount, and profit. And I want to know whether quantity is the first heading, the second heading, the third heading, or so on and so forth. How do I know that quantity is the third heading? Because I'm using a match function. So I'm saying that, tell me what is the lookup value C3 and what is the lookup array E3 to I3. So out of these 5 options, which option is match? It is the third option.
Okay.
If you want to find sales, then we need to mention instead of 3, 2, right?
Yeah, but it will change automatically. If you change to sales, it will now show you sales, because now it is telling me sales is the second column, not the third column.
Okay.
Usually what do? We have to change this number manually, no? Like this. Now we don't have to do that. Match will automatically find the column number.
Havish, can you just write again the same formula like match? Because we are writing dollars front and back of C. Can you just write again?
Sure. Okay. So I write match. What is the lookup value? C3. The moment I select C3, I'll press F4 also. I'll put a dollar sign.
How this lookup value comes as C3? Lookup value is B3, no? B4.
I'm confused. Lookup value is this thing, no? No. Lookup value for the heading. We have already searched for the customer ID, but we also need to search for the heading, no? How do I know which heading number is it?
Okay.
See, right now we are looking at the column number.
Okay.
You know what?
One more doubt.
Do you still I'll answer every doubt. Do you have that file open, the one we did in the morning? Somebody shared that doctor file with me.
Sandeep,
Yeah,
Sandeep, I
I'm
see.
having
Can you please
I'm
share
having
that?
that file.
Yeah, can you please share that? Because you will be able to understand it better if we do it on your example. That's right.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is the file. Can you see that?
It's loading. It's loading. Sandeep, once again you can share.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, is it visible now?
I can see it, but can you also make it full screen, please, so that we can see the entire file?
Yeah, done
What is
that.
the shortcut for keeping the dollars, Avish?
F4.
Function F4.
F4.
F4 or function F4, one of them.
Okay.
Okay. Now what we'll do is, please come to the report sheet, okay, and do exactly what I'm asking you to do. Select
Okay.
from C1 till I1. From C1 till I1. Perfect.
Yeah.
Now go to the name. Go to the name manager. This name, no, that name we had given earlier, and call it headers
Yeah.
or heading, whatever you want. Just call it heading.
Heading.
Right? Okay.
Enter.
Press enter. Now come to sheet number 2. Okay. Come to the first formula in C3 that you have written, the VLOOKUP.
Yes.
Right. Now, if you notice, do you see that column number is 7?
Yes.
Yes.
So what I would like you to do is, above the cell in C2,
Yes.
just write date. Okay. Now come to the next cell, come to the formula. Go inside the formula. Okay. After B3 and the comma, press an Alt Enter. After B3 and the comma, press an Alt Enter. Right? Okay, great. Now after, before that 7 also press an Alt Enter. Before the 7 also press an Alt Enter.
So after report ID.
After the report ID, press an Alt Enter.
After report ID.
Before 7.
Before 7. Yeah.
Alt Enter.
No, not before the comma, after the comma. Yeah. And
Alt
same
Enter.
thing, yeah. After that comma, again press Alt Enter. Before false. Right?
Alt Enter. Yes.
Press Enter. Yeah. Press Enter. Right. Yeah, go back to the formula. Don't click on the formula bar, just double click on the cell on C3. Double click on the cell. Right. Now where 7 is written, I want you to type something. Come down, remove the 7, delete the 7. Okay. Now write match. Open the bracket. Select C2 where date is written. Select C2. C2. Put a dollar. Comma.
Sorry. Comma.
Putting dollar. What is the shortcut? Alt.
F4. F4. Function F4 or F4. No, you haven't not put the dollar. Please put a dollar on C2. Right. Now after the comma, right? After the comma, select the heading that you gave. You gave it a name, no?
Yeah.
Heading. Right. Heading.
Heading.
Is it the name that you gave? Is it exactly the name you gave?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the
But
name.
why is it not coming? That means you did not press enter. That's okay. We can do it later. Comma
Comma.
and 0.
0.
Close the bracket. Put a comma and press enter. Right. Now this is actually coming as this. Come back to the previous sheet. I just want to see how many headings you have. Come back to the previous sheet. See,
Yes.
one column is called account, one is called product, one is called quantity. Now come to sheet number 2. Change the heading and see what happened. Change it to account, C2, change it to account.
Yeah, this date.
Change it to
Account,
account.
account.
I have to write account or what?
You have to type account. And see what happens. It is showing you the account.
Yeah. Yes.
So do you see what we have done? We have made the column dynamic. Any column that you write in C2, right? Just make it bold, C2, so that we know that we are making a change there. Yeah, just make it bold. Or put a color also. In fact, put a yellow color also. That would be better. So everyone, what we have done is, and just copy the formula to the last cell, please. The first formula that you have written, please copy it in the last cell. No, not that. The formula in C3. The formula that you've written in C3. Right. Just copy it in the last cell.
Last cell here.
No, below. In the same column. Okay. Now, if you notice, if you change the heading, the results will also change. Please try. Change the account to something else. Any heading. Product. Do you see everyone what we have done? Earlier, what did we write? We wrote 7. Why? Because we wanted the account, the doctor name. But maybe we want a different column. All we have done is, did you notice I did not change anything? VLOOKUP B3 is the same, report is the same. The only thing I've changed is that number. So rather than writing the number 7, I have simply written match. That's the advantage of using match. I hope it is clearer now, everyone.
But in C2, it has to come as a drop down.
Yeah, we haven't put it down. Let's do that also. Just go to data validation. Data and select data validation on the right side. Above data tools. Yeah, that small red circle that you see. Data tools below. Yeah, click on that. Okay.
Yes.
A box will open when you click on that. Try to click once again.
Boxes.
Okay, I can't see it. Anyway, I can't see it, but that's okay. In allow, select a list. In allow, select a list. And then you have the option for the source, right?
We can't see Sandeep that box.
Yeah,
that will not be visible.
It will not be visible. That's okay. In the source, you select in the previous sheet the entire heading.
So in source, I will select.
Yeah, from
C to I.
C1 to I1. From C1 to I1. Press enter.
Yeah.
Press OK.
Okay.
Now you will get a drop down here. Now, whichever option you select, it will show you. Date will actually come in a format is wrong. That's okay. But anything else, quantity or product.
Yeah, everything else is coming now.
Like this. So I hope all of you can see the advantage of doing match. I'm not telling you you have to use match everywhere, but wherever you want to make dynamic, like in this example, we made it dynamic, right? This is where match will really help. Slightly more advanced topic, but it's very nice when you do it this way.
But this one is brilliant, actually.
It looks very nice.
It is absolutely brilliant.
Because without having to change the column number, you're able to get different results every time.
Because it's a little complicated one. There may be a...
Tell me.
I said it's a little complicated one. There may be a chances of doing wrong, so we need to practice.
You have to practice, and that is why I'm telling all of you, please write your formula in different lines. That way what happens is, at least the easy part, you will not make a mistake. Like if you notice here, this part is very simple. The last part is also very simple. Only this part is the slightly complicated part. But if you write everything in one line, it will become even more difficult. So please get in the habit of breaking it down into multiple lines. Obviously, in any case, I'll be sharing the solution with you so all of you can practice. And you should also practice on your own data, not just on my file, but on your own data as well.
Yeah, Havish, please repeat the formula for that data validation.
Yeah, so let me first delete it. Okay, so I select the cell, then I click on data and data validation. Can you see this box, everyone?
Yes.
So this is the button I click on, data validation. Very simple. What do I want to allow? A list. And what is the source of that list? All the 5 columns, like this, all the 5 headings.
Fine. Yes.
Okay, that's
then okay.
Yeah, then okay. And the moment you do that, it will automatically give you a drop down from where you can select any one of these 5.
Thanks.
So Habish, that day also you told, please go to the data validation once again. So instead of writing in the source, if you put the column one like EF, that be coming, or sorry, that be coming like ID, sales, quantity.
That's what we've done. No? We can type it. If I wanted to, I could have typed it also. I could have said ID, comma, sales, comma, quantity. That's one option, right? Just a
The
minute.
same font, na? Same font we need to enter, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
if it
The
is
same
capital
spelling. Yeah,
starting.
exactly. The same heading, the same spelling has to be there. It has to match. This SALES has to match with SALES here also.
Understood. Yes.
So even if you have 25 columns, you can select all the 25 columns, right? And if you do that, you will never need to find the column number again. You will never need to say is it 17 or is it 21 or is it 22. It will automatically find it.
Yeah.
Right? Any other question?
Yeah, one thing more, Havish. How you copied the formula? Like in the cell, this one, B17 from 2 to is behind, below that is equal
Formula
to
text.
match.
Equal to formula text.
Formula text B17. Okay.
So if you write equal to formula text, any formula that you have written, you can see it at the same time along with the result.
And how you copied that there with the formula of VLOOKUP?
That was manual copy paste.
Okay, that's
I selected it Control C and Control V.
Control V.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was just copy paste, normal copy paste.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Any other question, anyone? Before we start with pivot table today, we will continue tomorrow. But any question that you have?
So we need to select when we need to match any data, we need to select only headings, right?
Obviously, because what are we searching for? We are searching for the one of the headings. So obviously, we'll search always in the top row.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Havish, I think tomorrow meeting postponed.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're right. So tomorrow we don't have a session. We will have the session next on Monday. Yeah, so tomorrow it's not there. We'll have it on Monday. And I think after that, we are planning it on the 1st, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's the 1st and batch 2 is on the 2nd, right? So you have 2 days of gap. So you can maybe, take out maybe an hour to practice also. And then on Monday, we can have more questions. So 2 big topics we have covered, if statements and VLOOKUP. The other big topic left is pivot tables, which we'll be doing. Great. Any question, anyone? Anyway, that's okay. You don't need to ask me right now. Tomorrow and day after, take out some time over the weekend. Try to practice.
Yeah, so practicing from our own sheets are more helpful.
Practice on your own sheet. And see, the best part is you practice on your own sheet. When we come back, you share your screen and I'll help you if you have any questions, right?
Yeah, this is what I have done today.
Exactly. Rather than me showing the same example 5 times, it is better to look at a different example, right? And a different example from your data that would be more relevant.
More relevant.
Exactly. So great. All right. Good. Also, I will share another tip with you. One is that you can
just a second.
Tell me.
Can I share my screen?
Absolutely.
Havish, we didn't receive your shortcut file. I think it was too large. The file size is.
No, to be honest, I think I forgot to send it. One second. I'm sending it right now so that I don't forget it.
Do you have OneDrive with you?
I do, but I don't use it, and that's there's some issue. I mean, it's the corporate ID, so sometimes I'll have to check up. So I'll send you an email right away. I don't think you will have any problem receiving it. 1 second. I'm sending you right. Just 30 seconds. Shobita, shortcut, Excel shortcut. It's still on my desktop. The file is, how large is it? Oh, it's only 1 MB. You should get it. I've sent it right now. Yeah. Please tell me.
Hope my screen is visible.
I can see it, yes.
Okay. What is the problem here? Like a mistake?
Yeah, the problem is that you have not selected a table array. After B4, you have to select the table array also.
B4.
Yeah, but we can't see that.
It is visible for me, column E till column I. Then put a comma. Yeah, now it will work. Discount is 0 because actually the value is 0. Just no, it is okay. Just change the heading to something else, not to discount. Make it anything else. It will come. And copy the formula down also in the other two cells. It will work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Any other question? Anyone? Okay. So we will start with pivot. We have about 10 minutes. So we'll start with pivot. And of course, we will spend the entire session, next session on pivot, right? Last session, we will do some small topics, conditional formatting, some date functions. We've already done a few date functions. I'll do a few more. Okay? So let's come to 004 and 004. You asked me for a large data. I don't think it's a very large data, but it's 1500 rows. So I think it's okay.
See, the principles of formulas will be same. Either it is 15 or 1500.
Absolutely. But the challenge of working with a larger data is that it is more difficult to manage, because you have to select a larger data. The formula length is the same, but selecting the data becomes a little more difficult because it looks more difficult, right? But you're absolutely correct. The logic will never change, even 1%. Right? What is the difference between 5 rows or 500 rows? Not at all, right? The formula that you're using will remain the same. The logic will remain the same. Okay. So we have a data set, and I've taken a data set that I felt you all can relate to. So this is a sales data, which is 1500 rows. We have the order date, we have the shipping date, we have the shipping mode, we have the customer name, the business segment, the city and the state. The data is for India. We have the product ID, the category and the subcategory. We have the sales quantity, profit, and the order priority. Just go through it and tell me if you have any questions about the data. Like if there is anything that you do not understand or something that looks out of place. And after this, we'll make a pivot.
Order date.
Okay. You can also sort the data to see that we have the data for 4 years, 2012, 13, 14, 15.
Any column is unique? No. Any kind of ID? No.
No, there's nothing unique here. Not really.
No problem with that, I guess.
Yeah, so the data is clean. There are no errors in it, no blank cells. It's just a very clean data. We start with this example. And then once we have done the basics, after that, you can also share one of your files with me and we can work on that. Okay? But we'll start with this first. All right, so everyone, let's Control A. Let's Control A one time. And let's make a pivot. So we're just doing the basics today, make a pivot. So we click on Insert. All of you already know how to make a pivot. So Insert and then Pivot Table. In the box that you see, do not change anything. We don't need to. Just confirm that the cells have been selected correctly. So it should be from A1 till N1555. From A1 till N1555. Right? And press OK.
Havish, instead of Control A directly, if you're clicking on pivot also, it will come.
Yeah, same thing. If you click on Insert Pivot, it automatically selects the data.
Comes the number. Yeah. Okay. Even the filter is there.
No, filter has nothing to do with the pivot.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean that you have filtered the data? And yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Even if you filter the data, it will select everything. Absolutely. Okay. So the first thing I like to do personally is that I click on this icon and I change the order of columns into A to Z. I do not know how many of you know this or you use it, but I like it. Otherwise
No,
what
no, I
happens
don't.
is,
I didn't know this.
No, we don't know.
so please click on this, sort A to Z. What am I doing here when I click on sort A to Z? Alphabetical
It
order.
will
It
come
will
in.
come alphabetical.
Otherwise, does it not happen sometimes that the columns are there, but you're not able to find the correct column because there are too many columns, right? So I always prefer to select A to Z. It just changes the order. If you have many columns with you, let's say 25, 30 columns, you can always search for the column also. That is also possible. Rather than scrolling up and down, right? That's one thing. Okay. The second thing you can do is this entire window, you can drag out like this. So you can keep the window anywhere on the screen. Like a lot of people say, Havish, this window is on the right side. It is not necessary that it is on the right side. If you just drag it, you can place it anywhere you want, which makes it a little easier to work with it. It's a very small thing, but can help quite a lot.
Got it, Tejish.
Right? Okay. Now, how am I going to tell you how to make a pivot? So rather than teaching you pivot, I have created some questions for you. First question. I want to find a trend line. So I know that my data is given for 4 years, right? 12, 13, 14, 15. And I want to create a trend line. To do that, what I will do is, can somebody tell me how do I create a trend line? How do I see
You will
that?
put data in columns.
Date
You will put
column.
date in columns. Date in columns.
Right. So we can select the order date or the shipping date. It doesn't matter. I'm choosing the shipping date for now, right? Oh no, let me in fact choose the order date. So order date is in column. No, not in the column. We'll put it in the rows. So can somebody tell me what will happen when I put order date in the rows?
Years will
It
come.
will break into
Year,
3
year.
parts. It will become year, quarter, and month automatically. Just confirm that this is happening. Everybody, when you put order date in the rows, automatically it will group it into the year, quarter, and the month. The last one is the month. How do I know that? Because when I click on the plus sign, you will notice that it is showing me 2012, quarter 1, Jan, Feb, March, like this.
So Abhish, we need to enter the order date in the
Rows.
yes.
Okay. Are these 3 coming for everyone? Year, quarter, and month?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now let's also select the sales value and I'll put it in the values. Sales value is in the values. So I can see that the sales are 91,000, 1.41 lakhs, 1.51 lakhs, and 2.05 lakhs. Let me also remove the decimal place. Okay. Let's make a chart. So we go to insert, and I will insert a line chart like this.
Yeah, Avish, there are different type of charts. Only few we can read. Others, I don't understand.
That's okay. All of them will not even be relevant to this data. It requires the correct type of data to make different types. We'll be covering a lot of charts as well. Okay? So we select this one, the line chart.
Select the rightmost.
No, the first one.
No. Please select that.
I'm confused. What are you asking?
I'm asking you to select the fifth one, like where the dots are. Yeah, yes.
Okay.
What difference that will make?
This has these dots. So every year has a dot on it.
Okay. So if I want to put the numbers also at the dots, what should I do?
We'll cover that. We will cover all that. So we'll start, but let's not make a more advanced chart now. Let's start with the first one, then I'll tell you the other ones also, right? Let's start with the first one for now, the line.
No issue.
And we get a line like this. Now, what is it telling me? It is telling me that 12 to 13, 13 to 14, the growth was a little lesser. 14 to 15, there was another growth. But if I click on the plus sign, you will notice that it will automatically show me the quarter. And once again, it will show me the month-wise change.
So where you enter, please tell me once again. So
where I entered what? The chart.
Yeah. Insert.
I clicked on insert and I selected this one and I selected this one, first one, 2D line chart.
Yeah, so in year you have selected all these quarters also. I missed that.
I have selected one second. So right now I have year, quarter, and month, 3 things.
Okay, so you have selected all 3.
All the 3.
All 3 in
rows.
Rows. Okay. So you have selected all 3 in rows, but it is showing only for years. How it has been done?
Because that's the first level. Year is the first level. When I click on the plus sign, it will show me the quarter as well.
No, show me the from the beginning. Actually, I missed the beginning.
Have you reached this point with the table?
Yeah. I can understand the chart and everything. How you selected all these 3 and
no, wait.
This I understood.
Okay. What is the exact
So in
question?
rows you have selected years,
quarter
and months.
Month. Right.
Okay.
Right. So the moment I put my order date in the axis, it will automatically become year, quarter, and month. If it is not coming, just let me know. Then I'll help you.
Okay. It will automatically come.
It will automatically come. The moment you put your order date in the rows, it will automatically break the date into year, quarter, and month. Now, when we click on the plus sign, you can see that I can go through my data also. Right? But what if you only want to see 1 year? Then I can click on this filter and say that we are not interested looking at the other 3 years. I just want to look at 2015. So from inside the chart, I can apply a filter. And now when I click on plus, you notice that it is only showing me the data for 2015. This is the filter.
So to enter a chart, we need to select the entire data.
No, you just select any cell, click on any cell, go to insert, and then select the chart. It will automatically make the chart.
Okay, let me go.
Oh, so need not to select the entire row.
No, not at all. You just select any one cell in the pivot, any cell, and then click on chart.
Okay.
Right. So this is the filter, everyone. So if you only want to see 2015 quarter 4, I can also say 2015, and in my quarter, I'll select quarter 4. This way, only the last quarter will be shown like this.
Understood.
Okay, now I have a question for everyone. This is showing me October, November, December, but how do I see the sales for each day, each individual day? See, my sales is for 11, 26, like this, no? So I have the sales for every day as well. How do I do that?
So you can go to the date now. We can go to the date, please.
Okay, but I've already put the order date. See, order date is already selected.
Plus button.
Which button? This is the month.
So I think yes, from order date we can filter.
What we will have to do is, please watch. You have to right click. Okay. You have to right click and select group. On the first value in 2015, I will select right click and group. And now I will group it as the days as well. So all the 4 options have to be selected: year, quarter, month, and days.
But previously we didn't entered this month and quarter, it
That comes
automatically
automatic.
selected.
Exactly. When you use it, month, quarter, year comes automatically, but dates does not come. So you have to select the days manually.
So now we can click the plus, we can see, right?
Now you notice that I can see, I know it is a lot of data, but we don't want to see the complete data. So I will say, only show me data for 2016, right? Only show me data for Q4. Actually, not 2016, 2015. That's the last year that I have. So 2015, and I can see the day-wise sales like this. Now suddenly somebody say, no. What was the performance the last year in 2014? So I can just say, okay, now let me change it to 2014, so that in 2014, this was the trend in the last 3 months. So you can do a comparison, 2014 versus 2015, like this.
So Habis, I have a question. So I have entered the date of, I have taken the year of 2014.
Okay.
So if I go to the month, so it will showing the month basis also.
Here is the month. You can select the month also. See, if I click on the minus sign, it will only show me like this. It will only show me the month. If I want to see the day, I'll click on this. So plus minus also you can use. You can filter it as well.
Okay.
Like that. It is completely in your control. For example, right now it is showing me the sales for each month for all the 4 years. So I can see the complete trend like this.
So here the data you have shared, that is not for the all day sale and happening, because in our case everyday sale is happening. So
That's
in
okay.
that case,
in this case, we don't have the sales every day. You can see that 11 January, 24 January, 26, 11 February. But that's okay.
but don't you think that data should be complicated? Like it will be very clumsy kind of.
Not really. I mean, it will not make a difference. Like right now, I'm looking at my day-wise sales, let's say for only 1 year. And I'm only looking at 1 quarter. So I'm looking at quarter 4. And I'm selecting 2015 here. So it is showing me the day-wise. It will be the same thing. Right now, it's 1st, 3rd, 7th, 10th, 13th. So I'm making a sale every 4 days. Your data could have been different also. We will do that also once we have practiced a lot with this data. Then we'll also pick up one of your data sets and work on it. Anyway, so the idea was today to just get started with something, and I wanted you to see that there is a lot that you can do with pivot tables, right? The way you can group the data, the way I can make charts. Even in charts, there is so much customization that is possible, right? Like what I'm doing here. So that is what we'll be covering. We'll be continuing it on Monday. My suggestion is to please practice whatever we have done up till now. Some if VLOOKUP, dollar signs, right? And if you have any questions, please make sure to ask me on Monday. And then, of course, we will spend the entire session on pivot tables. So great. Just save it. Let's not do more. I think we have done a lot today. So let's just save it and we will resume on Monday. Great. Cool. I have another session starting. So if there are any questions, quick questions you can ask me. Anyone?
Yeah, I'll practice and I will let you know if I have any challenges.
Absolutely. Right. In the meantime, I'll also send all of you these files so that you can look at it. So, solutions.
Okay, thank you.
Great. So thank you, everybody. Have a good weekend, and I will see you on Monday.
Thank you, Avish. Thank you.
You too have a great
Thank you,
weekend.
Avish.
Avish,
Happy
thank you so
weekend to
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.